Hey guys, welcome back to the Hide Life. Today, I want to talk to you about the newest sponsor. I've already talked about them before. I don't really think I've done them justice. I don't think I've done any of these sponsors justice by any means. Um, I really haven't. I got Woo Tungsten. You already know that was my first one. They make some really great fishing weights. Empire Rods, one of my favorite rod companies ever. Definitely my favorite rod company ever. They got really sensitive stuff. All the stuff is really high quality. It's a solid brand. All of them that I'm sponsored by are top of the line stuff. You don't ever really see them much because, well, they're either newer brands or they are kind of father and son started their own brands type deal. They're all newer though, except for Woo Tungsten. You hear about Woo Tungsten, but everybody knows about it. Alright, let's start with this one. Deepthroat jig. It's my newest sponsor. Alright guys, first off, I got the hat. It's got the fish, it's got the jig in its mouth. It's a really simple design, but it's a really cool design. Then I got, hold on, let me bring this over here to my little table. Hey guys, so first bait out the box that I want to talk about is actually their version of the chatterbait. It is called a thumper dumper. Now my last box I had bought a couple of the black and blue ones. This time I went black and chartreuse. They didn't have any of this color last time that I ordered, but this time they did. It's black and chartreuse. I can see it now. It's got a little bit of a red flake to it too, but I think that wouldn't hurt nothing. What I like about this one here, other than the fact that I done bought the black and blue ones and I've done caught like 8 bass on them, and I fished with them like one time for about an hour. I like the head shape. First off, it's got a little bit, it's more like a flipping jig shape head. I like that about it, honestly. It creates a little bit more drag in the water. The blade is solid, well put together. All of it's metal. It ain't got no swivels, no nothing. Starts up really fast and it stops exactly when you want it to. Next thing I really like about this, hold on, I'm not holding it up high enough, is that the jig tie. It's a hard plastic jig tie. You don't ever see that. Not really so. It's a hard soft plastic jig tie. Like on most of the jigs, you see that on the little soft plastic one, the little really flimsy piece of junk. It dry rods really easy. These do not dry rod. I have had the same jig on my flipping run now for like a solid week. All right, so I think I covered the thumper dumper. If you want to know who actually makes the blade for this jig, I actually just figured it out. It says it on the back. It is a switch blade made by Z-Man. So it actually has a similar chatterbait. It has the chatterbait blade, which is my second favorite, is the chatterbait, of course. It has the chatterbait blade, but the ties into it are a little bit different, and it just makes it start up faster, and it's just as solid, if not more solid, in my opinion. Next thing I want to talk about, since I've got less of them with the football jig, I just went with a 1/2 ounce in the black and blue. They call it the Blue Balls Crawl, is the name of this color. And it is a black and blue jig, black and blue football head, just as wide. All of it's lead, and it's got that same hard plastic tie on it, and I really like that. That is one of my biggest wants when it comes to any kind of jig, is a good tie. Usually I used to do it myself, and I would do it with O-rings. Oh, by the way, this color and the thumper dumper is called Buzzkill. I think I forgot to tell you. Next thing that I'm going for is swim jigs. I've got a stack of these, a whole stack of swim jigs. Alright, we got 6'9" shad, which is basically a chartreuse shad imitating color. Oh, and by the way, did I mention all these skirts here are already cut about to the length you want. I like the head on this swim jig, the way that it is designed, and the hook eye is actually kind of compact. Hold on. The hook eye is kind of in the actual jig head. I like that for several different reasons. It comes through grass a whole lot better with a vertical in the head jig tie, because it's not out there protruding. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know how you tie on a Texas rig, and then some people don't cut off like the little piece of line on it, and it sticks out like a little bit more than usual. It just makes it a lot more weedless. That's what I like about it. So I got 2 of these 6'9" shad color, and it's a really good dirtier water color. Next one I'm gonna talk about is really a neutral water color. It is the Flash Me, which it's another shad color, of course. It's a grayish white with some white fleck to it. I've got 3 of them. I got 1 or 2 and I got 2 3/8. Hold on, I dropped something. I got 2 3/8, and I've got 1 1/2 ounce. I like using a little bit lighter swim jig, honestly, which is what I did with all of them. I got a 1/2 ounce and a 3/8 ounce, but with that one, I really like that color. I went with a 2 3/8. The next color I'm going to talk about, once again, always got the hard plastic tie in there, and it's really nice. I love that. They swapped the colors out to match the jig skirt material. This one, let me tell you, early spring, fish pre-spawning. Fish love red, any little bit of red. I put like a methylate or a red on the back of my jig trailer, or that's what I used to do anyway. For Flash, yeah, this is a cherry bomb. Sorry, not Flash Me. I just read the other one. This one's a cherry bomb color. It's got the nice highlighter red tips. It's still made to imitate, of course, you know, the usual swim bait imitator, everything. But it's got that red on it, and that red does help in the early pre-spawn time a lot, because it's cold. I don't really know why fish eat red when it's cold, because they do it deep just as well as they do it shallow. It's not exactly targeting crawfish like I've heard some people say, because to my knowledge they just do it. Next, I'm talking about flipping jigs. These are my favorite category of jigs of all time. I'm gonna start with my least favorite and build up to my favoriteest out of all of these. It's just kind of a neutral pumpkin, green pumpkin with a little bit of brown in it. I see the green pumpkin's got a little bit of a purple flake. Once again, they always match that hard plastic with the thing. Most companies just use black, and black don't really do good with a white swim jig. But I've got 3 of these. The color, the name on that color is Bruised Pickle. I bought 3 of them, 2 3/8, 1 1/2. Next color I bought, the name on it's called Gold Digger. It is pretty much just like a watermelon gold flake. These first 2 that I got are just solid colors whenever you're skipping docks. You can really just pair them with any color trailer because they're green pumpkin or watermelon color. This one actually is more of a clear water tone. The other one, you could use it in a little bit dirtier water. Now, if it's really stained, I'm gonna go to the black and blues, the darker colors. But you can kind of, when I'm fishing, I don't always match the color of my jig trailer to my jig. You understand what I'm saying? I kind of blend it to match the forage, or I kind of, if I'm got a green pumpkin on or something kind of watermelony on, I might throw a darker color crawl on the back of there to kind of, you know, change the color of that jig a little bit to where it'll work better in dirty water. Or if it's clear water and I'm throwing a darker jig, black and blue, black and chartreuse, I might go to like a Okeechobee crawl color or a green pumpkin, trying to get it to go in the other direction. You know what I'm saying? Now this next one, once again, early spring. It's got a little bit of red in it. The color's name is Booty Call. Alright, I bought 4 of these because I really like the color. It is, once again, it's more of a clearer watercolor, but it's got a bunch of red in it, right? I really like red. The red on this one is kind of aimed toward the head, except for a little bit of fleck. That's going to really help those bass to hone in on that head during the early spring. Once again, you could kind of change the colors up to make it, what's the word, match the color of water or the hatch that you're trying to imitate. Which is what the thing that I really love about jigs is, because you don't have to retie or do any of that to change the color of your jig. You just gotta, you can add something, or you can take something away and put something else on it. You can take off a rage crawl and put on a speed crawl to make it more finessey. You can kind of cut the skirt. You ain't got to do a whole bunch of retying. I really like that about a jig. That's why it's one of my favorites. Anyway, I'll catch y'all on the next one.